everyone, it's Tara, so welcome back to another video and happy new year. This is going to be the first official video that I post on my channel in 2020 and I'm so excited because this year is going to be a good year, okay? I've proclaimed it, it's in the universe, it's going to happen. But today's video is going to be another tall girl video, but it's going to be slightly different. I actually got a comment for a video like this quite a few videos back, so if that was you, shout out to you. But she basically was recommending that I do a video showing on how to kind of like pose and how to stand and how to take photos for a tall woman. If you guys are new here and you're not aware, I am 5'11", so I'm really tall. If you don't know how to work with your body, sometimes with our height it can look a little bit awkward. You could have a leg dangling here, you could look a little bit like a pole, you could look like not the best, because obviously you don't have to work with your height and you don't know what the best poses are for your body. But I'm just going to be talking through some of the poses that I've kind of adopted that have helped me look a little bit better in my photos, that kind of complement my height, complement my long legs, complement my long arms, rather than making me look, you know, more awkward, a little bit, you know, uncomfortable in the photos. If you're interested to see these tips, definitely keep on watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy, and let's do this. So my first thing is, and my favourite pose is definitely standing pose. Obviously being tall is amazing, you want to show off that height, especially in photos. Like models literally get paid thousands, millions to show off their height and stand tall, and loads of women want that as well. So we are lucky that we don't need to worry about that, and we've been blessed by God with this height. But if you don't really know how to position yourself while you stand in your pose, this is where I start to say you can begin to look a little bit on the awkward side, and you can also kind of look like a pole. And we don't want that. You want to look like you've got shape to you. You want to look like you're oozing confidence. You want to look sexy. You want to look, you know, papal, Instagram baddie, all of that good stuff. Standing dead straight on with your arms just down, legs together, can kind of tend to make you have that awkward look and not be the most flattering in photos. So instead, what I would recommend is either opening your legs up. I love a good pop of the leg, okay? I love popping one leg open. I rarely keep my legs together. I normally kind of separate them a little bit, have one forward, have one back, or put one more to the side. I don't like to keep them together because I think when you keep together it just takes away the shape of your body. Another thing that I like to do that really helps me, and I would recommend, this is more of a personal thing, but you have to focus on the thing on your body that you like the most. So for me, I like my hips, and I know if I stand a certain way, if I pop one hip, if I pop normally the left hip, it kind of accentuates that more, gives my body a little bit more shape. So that's what I tend to do when I stand. I stand with my legs a little bit open, either with a leg forward or one slightly to the side, and then I pop a hip, put a hand on the other side, or I keep them down, or just depending how I feel. And I feel like that really just adds a nice shape to your body. It elongates it, so with your leg either being in forward or to the side, you kind of see the long length of your leg, but at the same time you've got shape, you've got dimension to your body, rather than you just standing straight like a statue and looking like a pole. But for you, if you're asset is, you know, you like your bar, or you like your legs, or you like your arms, when you pose, obviously just try to find a pose that kind of accentuates whatever your best asset is. For me, like I said, it's the hips, but if it is your booty, rather than standing straight forward, you can stand to the back, maybe look over, put your arms crossed, maybe show your arms off more, or show your legs off more in your photos. Another thing what I feel like with standing photos that have really helped me is sometimes I don't know what to do with my legs. So if I don't feel like I'm getting the best kind of angle when my legs are like slightly apart, what I like to do is put one leg up. I feel like that really helps your legs not look awkward. I don't know how to describe it, but obviously I will insert photos so you guys know what I'm talking about. But I feel like when I have one leg up, one foot up somewhere, either on a car, either on a bench, either on a chair, I feel like it sometimes does take away the extra length of your legs, because sometimes if you do stand, you know, we do have long legs, and like me, I have a really short torso and really extremely long legs, and if I don't pose in the right way, that could show off and it isn't really that flattering. So when I have one foot up, one leg out, I feel like it just takes away my legs looking super long, when sometimes I don't want that. Another tip when standing up, lean on something. Leaning on something, putting a hand on a wall, putting an arm on a banister, holding onto a banister. I feel like that really helps. Again, it just helps position yourself in a better place. If you're wearing heels, it gives you support that you need, but also it just helps with that shape. It helps add in with the shape. I don't know how, but I feel like in photos it just really helps take away that straight look. We don't want to look straight in our photos. We want to look like we've got like some oomph, some dimension, some shape to us. So I feel like putting an arm up really does help. And again, it also takes away the kind of pressure of worrying about your body, just because you're already naturally going to be leaning into a certain position, rather than if you're standing on your own, you kind of have to think about how you're going to position yourself. Moving on to my next tip, make sure you have someone that is height appropriate to take your photos, okay? If you've got a friend out there who's 5'5" and you're 6 foot, it's going to be very hard for her to get the best angle for you because she's shorter than you or he's shorter than you, whoever's taking the photo for you. If they're shorter than you, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to take the photos for you. You want to make sure someone's either on your level or a little bit higher so they can get a good full body length of you. If they're taking it from down and you're towering over, you're going to look like you're towering over rather than looking like a sleek, sexy, you know, goddess, okay? If they are shorter for you and they're the only person that can take the photo for you, tell them to stand on something. Tell them to stand on stairs, a stool, a bench, whatever you have around you. Try and get them to stand on something. Or if they can't, hold that phone up high, honey. Hold it high, all the way up, okay, so you can get that good angle. So one thing I love to do with my photos is I either like to bend down or I either like to sit down. I feel like bending down with one leg out, one knee kind of more bent is so flattering for long legs. It really shows off your legs in a good way, and again, it kind of takes away that thought of, oh, what do I do with my legs, because your legs are kind of in like a good position. I feel like it makes a really good photo. You can kind of put a hand on your face like this and kind of just show, you know, serve face. Put one hand maybe on the leg that is elongated to kind of like, you know, show off your nice arms. And in addition to that, sitting down, oh, I love a good sitting down pose. I have so many photos where I'm sitting down, and the reason why I like to do that is because I really did struggle like knowing what to do with my body, and I would do my photos and I'd be like, I like the way my face looks in this photo, but my body just looks so awkward, like, ugh, you know, I wasn't feeling the way my body was looking. But when I noticed when I was sitting down and I was just able to focus more on my face, I got better photos. To be honest, it doesn't really matter where you're sitting, but I really like to do one where I can put my arms back and kind of just, you know, serve face, honey. I really do like that pose, and I feel like just sitting down on couches, beds, wherever you're sitting can really help your photo. What I do not recommend is if you are sitting down, try to not just sit with, you know, your legs closed and just stiff basically. Try to just make sure you have some oomph to it. That's why I put a leg up, that's why I put my arm behind me, that's why I still put a hand on the hip. Also, when you're sitting down, try to avoid having your legs open. I kind of avoid crossing my legs as well. For me personally, I don't feel like that's the most flattering. With sitting down, having one knee like popped, I don't know how to describe it, but you'll see the photo. So I like to sometimes sit on something that's kind of high. So rather than sitting on like a bed or a sofa, which is quite low, I like to sit on something where I'm almost kind of leaning on it. I feel like that shows off my body in such a good way. And when I have the knee up, it just kind of avoids the dangly look. Like sometimes with long legs, they're beautiful, they're amazing, we love our long legs, but sometimes, you know, it can look a little bit dangly and we don't want that. So the other thing I would really recommend is mirror selfies. I feel like mirror selfies are the best thing that has ever come into fruition, honestly. One, because you can see exactly what you're doing, so you can position yourself to make sure that you get the best pose. If you don't want to show your face, you can cover your face with your phone, you can show off your outfit, you can focus on your face, you can just do so many things. But I feel like as a tall woman, the mirror selfie really shows off my body in a very good way. I don't know if that's just me tooting my own horn, but I feel like it really does work for my body type. The mirror selfie for all types of heights, it doesn't matter if you're tall, short or whatever, but it helps you really just be in control of your photo. You can see what angles really work for you, you can see yourself, so you will know what is working, what you like and what you don't like, versus having someone taking a photo for you and not really knowing if you're liking what you're you're taking. I feel like with the mirror selfies you really get a good angle that really helps you show off your height, because obviously you're taking a photo of yourself. So if you're posing with a friend or someone that is shorter than you, especially if you're like with a group of people and you're definitely the tallest person, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, because you want to be the one standing out anyway. But let's say you don't want to just be the one odd man out, basically. You want to still look your best with other people, that even though they're not your height. So what I normally do in this recommendation is I normally pose to the side and I kind of slouch over them. I don't know how to describe it, but you'll see in the photos where I'm kind of leaning into them. I normally bend a little bit as well. Don't slouch down. It is what it is. If you're standing tall in the photo, there's nothing wrong with that. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but another pose that I love and I feel like is very complimentary to really any woman is looking over, kind of having your back to the camera and then looking over. What I love about this pose is it just adds some oomph to your photo. It really does make you look like, you know, you're doing a lot even though you're not really doing that much. And I feel like on your length, on our height, it really shows off your body in a nice way. You don't have to stress too much about like the position of your body because you're already in such a nice pose. But again, with that, I would recommend kind of keeping, you know, your legs apart, still adding some oomph. If you can pop a hip, pop a hip. If you can pop the booty out, pop the booty out. Lastly, this is the last one. I thought this video was going to be like 5 minutes long and it's seeming to just be very, very long, but this is the last tip. Stairs, 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 stairs. I love taking a good photo on a good pair of stairs, okay? Because again, for all of the things that I was saying earlier, when you are standing, you want to have position, and I feel like being on the stairs and kind of like stepping down or stepping up really helps you naturally be in that position where you're not standing straight, so you can have one leg up, one leg down. You could be holding onto the banister and it's already giving your body, it's already putting your body into a nice position, so you only really need to focus on your face. The good thing about our height, even if someone is taking it for you and they are at the bottom of the stairs and you're walking down, or they're at the top of the stairs and you're walking up, because we are so tall, regardless of what angle it is, your body is still going to look nice and elongated. It's going to show off your height in such a good way as you're walking down. If they get you kind of in the moment of you walking down, you'll be able to see your nice long legs. So I really do think that is a nice pose and position for tall women. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please let me know what you guys are thinking down below in my comment section. If you like these types of videos, I will do more tall girl related videos like this in the future. I would also love to know if you guys have any recommendations of how, you know, I should pose, how we could all pose to really just help complement our height in the best way. These are just my suggestions and my tips. Obviously I'm not a supermodel, I'm not a model, I'm just a regular person, so I'm not trying to say this is like the end all be all, this is how you should pose, but I'm just giving you guys some options if you don't really know how to pose, or if you're not the most confident in your height at the moment and you want to, you know, take more photos, take more Instagram photos, and you want to feel your best in those photos. These are just a few recommendations that I've learned over the years that have helped me get better photos. But other than that guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you once more for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.